All right, Chicago. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about how to choose a roofing contractor. It's not going to have every little detail. You'll have to use your own discretion, but some of the things I would look for if I was a homeowner, and hopefully this can help guide you to choosing the perfect contractor for your roofing project. So the first thing we want to talk about, obviously, is the Illinois state roofing license. The state of Illinois says it's required for roof repairs as well as replacements. So you really shouldn't have just a handyman with no license, even making repairs on your roof. The state of Illinois kind of frowns on it. There's two different kind of license you can get for the state of Illinois. One is called a limited license and one is an unlimited license. At Anchor Point, we have the unlimited, and it's just a matter of the projects you can take on. Limit is mainly for smaller residential and smaller multifamily with less than 8 units. You can't do commercial or industrial with a limited license. And the unlimited covers all size and scope. So that's what we have. Not a big deal. You just don't want to get a contractor with a limited license and try to do a 20 unit project. The Illinois Department of Financial and Professional Regulations has a website where you can go. It's down here. Maybe we can put a link in the video, but you can look it up on yourself pretty easily. You need to type in the name pretty precisely to make sure that the roofing license is valid and it's set with the state of Illinois. Here's ours. As of this making, we're still good. 12/31/25. If you're watching this video and it's older and you decide to work with us, give us a check our license online. Here you can see it is unlimited. Anchor Point contractor's name. Make sure the contractor you're working with, it's under the same name. I know a lot of people have their wives do it or they're using another contractor's license. Just check this out. Insurance requirements, workers' comp and liability. This is probably one of the biggest issues that I would look for as a homeowner, especially the workers' comp. A licensed roofing contractor in Illinois must have general liability and they must have workers' comp. There are some special situations where if it's a one-man show and he's his own dog and he has no employees, he's allowed to, basically he can work on his own, but he can't have any employees. He's exempt is the word I'm looking for, from workers' comp. But he has to be a one-man show. He can't have any employees. So mainly, you always want to have a contractor that's got valid workers' comp. Last year, we had a girl come out to the CRCA. Every February, this Chicago Roofing Contractors Association does a 2-day presentation. There's vendors there, lots of nerdy roof talk. Everyone gets together. And this year, we had the girl from the licensing of the state of Illinois. And we started talking about workers' comp. If that contractor does not have workers' comp, a valid workers' comp certificate, then their license is null and void until they reinstate that. So this is critical. The workers' comp piece is very critical. It protects, obviously, the team, the guys, but it also protects you as a home or a building owner, a business owner. You want to make sure you get the certificate that says they have workers' comp. Down here is the state of Illinois. They don't do this for all states. The state of Illinois has a site where you can go on, type in that contractor's name. And again, the name has to be pretty precise and it will tell you if they have workers' comp. Every year we get audited for workers' comp to make sure we're reporting everything perfectly. And the auditors will go on this website. One of the auditors last year gave that to me, so I can check other contractors. It's easy for a homeowner to do it as well. So that's your insurance there. Here's one of our current certificates. Liability insurance is this top here. You want to make sure it's valid and it's got a valid date. Here we're still good. Workers' comp. This box down here needs to be checked, or if they're exempt, it still needs to be checked and make sure it's valid there too. One way to really get secure with your contractor is to get added as what's called additionally insured. So we can get you a certificate of liability with liability and workers' comp, and they'll actually put you down here, your name, your address, and make you additionally insured. That way you get your own certificate. There's no way to fudge it. I've seen contractors get this form in the beginning and then if their workers' comp expires, they just use it all year. But if you tell them you want an additionally insured, then they have to get that certificate. They have to get a new valid one, and you can make sure 100% you're working with a licensed contractor. I can't stress how critical workers' comp is for everybody. Can't stress that enough. January of 2024, the city of Chicago changed the rules on working in the city with a residential roofing license. They're required, if you want to pull a permit in the city of Chicago, you now have to have a GC license in and valid with the city of Chicago. The city of Chicago does not require workers' comp, but they do require a liability policy. So just another hoop for contractors to jump through, but without that general contractor's license with the city of Chicago, you cannot pull a permit in the city of Chicago. I've got another video talking about when a permit is required and when it is not, but right here, don't work with a roofing contractor that can't even pull a permit. And again, with my websites more, you can go on the cityofchicago.gov and you can look up that contractor to make sure his general contractor's license in the city of Chicago is valid and rocking. You're ready to go. Here's ours current. Again, we're still current till the end of the year. If you're watching this video later, I'm pretty sure we have a valid one, but go on the city of Chicago and check. And again, make sure you're working with the same company. Don't work with Bill Smith Construction and then he's got someone for John Stanley that, that he's working under the proper license. Unfortunately, I've seen that a few times. The reason that you want to verify the license and the workers' comp and all that is if something does go south, which it does happen on projects, things don't always go perfectly, then you don't have any recourse. You don't have any way to probably even get a hold of that contractor again. Make sure that everything is legit so that if something does go south or go wrong, you're covered and you know how to get a hold of them. We actually have a bond with the city of Chicago. You have to put up a bond to do it properly. So the bond is something you could always go back on if that contractor just disappeared. This one is a little bit, it's recommended. Online research and reviews, you want to really nerd out online checking out that contractor. Do a thorough search online for the contractor and the business. I would check all the review sites. We don't do much on Angie's List, but Angie's, Google, Yelp, check as many sites as you can. The BBB, some people really like that. If you look into the Better Business Bureau, it's not something that we pay to advertise on, and that's basically what it is. There's some contractors with terrible reviews, but because they pay the Better Business Bureau, they still have an A+ rating. I would watch some YouTube videos about BBB before putting all your eggs in one basket with that. But check the online reviews. Do they have any special certifications? Are they a certified contractor with the product they use? We're a Malarkey certified contractor. We install mule hide for TPO roofs. We're a certified contractor with those. And then Yelp reviews, we're big on Yelp as well. One thing I wanted to touch on, and Google's getting better, Google reviews can be manipulated. You can go online and you can buy reviews, and you'll have a bunch of people from different parts of the world come and give you reviews. And it's pretty obvious when a contractor does this. You don't have to read through every review, but take a look. Like if you see 30 reviews and they're all from one day, look into it a little bit. Google can be manipulated, although they are really starting to crack down on this. They understand this and they're doing what they can to make it better. Yelp, on the other hand, I've been working with Yelp, since like 2013. Very hard to manipulate, or if a contractor wanted to go and have one of their friends write a review, Google will accept it. Yelp, I don't know what they use. They have some sort of algorithm and they'll filter it out. Sometimes we get a person that we don't know, gave us a great review, and it still gets filtered. We don't know why, but Yelp is difficult. I've seen contractors where they have like 200 Google reviews and then they're all 5 stars, and then you go to their Yelp and it's like 2-star rating on 10 reviews. So just check all you can. Do as much nerdy online research as you can for your contractor reviews and whatnot. All right, and then just a few final items. You don't have to have all these, but it's a good idea to vet your contractor if you're looking for one. Do they have lettered or wrapped vehicles? Is that a must-have? No, absolutely not. To me, it signals a little bit, man, these guys are in business, they're committed. So that's what we have. The second one is, do they have employees on every job site? So our flat roof, we call it low slope. Our flat roof projects all have W-2 employees managing and installing the project. Flat roofs are tricky. If anything goes wrong, it could cost a lot of money to fix it, and it could do a lot of damage to a business or a home. I want my eyes on every flat roof. Not that I don't on pitched, but we have a subcontractor for our pitched roofs, an asphalt shingle roof who we work with for 5 years. Amazing installer. And we have Ever, who's our W-2 employee, on site every single time as well. He speaks Spanish and English. So your communication with the crew is going to be English speaking every time, unless you just prefer Spanish. How is the communication? Like, before we come out, we send a text. You get a email the day before. How is the communication leading up to the project? Like when you get the proposal, when they show up, just check out the communication before you actually do any work with them. Are you going to be able to get a hold of that person again if things do go bad or you have a leak in a year or two? You want to make sure that person's going to pick up the phone and get back to you. So we do provide pride ourselves on quick, efficient communication. Give us a try. See how many rings it takes for us to answer the phone or a text. We're pretty quick. How long have they been in business? We actually started in 2020, so this is our 5th year. We're actually going on to our 6th year here. You can get someone who's a little bit less, but just check. You can check online and see when they've started. Is the proposal and scope comprehensive? We always talk about our nerdy proposals, and it's important that every little thing that they're going to do is in there. I've seen proposals where it's just like replace roof, install shingles, and that's it. You want to make sure every component and everything is done properly. It's almost just as important as to what's not going to be done. You don't want any confusion when it comes down to it. Okay, we've done the whole roof. Oh, the little side of the roof on our house wasn't included. You want to make sure that that scope is comprehensive and has every little detail in there. Lastly, this again is not something that you have to have, but it would be a nice to have. A lot of contractors are using the app called Company Cam, a company camera basically. And so when we show up on the first day, we'll take 50 pictures, probably 70 pictures for the on-site inspection. If we do the work, we probably have another 50 or 75, and then we take drone shots, we take lots of photos after for the project. Company Cam allows you, if you want to, we can send you a link. And if you're working, if the project's in Lincoln Park, you have to go downtown and work, you can have that link up on your computer. So every time our production manager or one of our employees takes a picture, boom, it pops up and you can see exactly what's going on. At Anchor Point, we love the transparency. Our customers love having the photos. Is that polyiso or the insulation or the membrane being installed properly, and are you getting all the components you've paid for? Get a contractor that maybe either has Company Cam or is willing to share a bunch of pictures with you. Like I said, the first proposal, when we come out and just do the inspection, generally we have at least 50 photos and typically a video explaining everything that we see. So just allows, again, for more transparency. That's all we have for today. I just wanted to go over some things about how to select a contractor in Chicago. If you have any questions, give us a call. If you have any comments, let me know in the comments below. That's it. Thank you, Chicago.